More than 6 years after Ahmaud Arbery's death sparked a national outcry, his father is turning pain into purpose, sharing his family's journey in a powerful new book. Marcus Arbery sat down with us to talk about Where's Daddy? The Ahmaud Arbery story. He says it's a look at the son he loved, the loss his family endured, and the strength it took to keep going. Ahmaud Arbery was just 25 years old when he was shot and killed while jogging in a Brunswick neighborhood in 2020. Now his father says he hopes the book helps people remember who Ahmaud was beyond the headlines.
Lover, he was the youngest, but he acted like he was the oldest. He was so protective of his brother and sister. I looked at him, I said, "You think you the oldest?" I'm talking about every time his sister come home with college, he get with her, they go out. And I said, "Where y'all going at?" "Dad, we going to Wings and Things," because that was my daughter know my spot to go eat. He ain't wanted her dating nobody. That was her date, her younger brother, because he was so protected of her.
The book release and tour launch for Where's Daddy? The Ahmaud Arbery story will be held this Saturday at Old Time Country Buffet in Brunswick. The event runs from 5 until 7 p.m. WSAV is your local election headquarters. Today is runoff day in Georgia, with voters deciding several important races. But before you head to the polls to cast your vote, take a moment to make sure you're headed to the right place. Voting at the wrong location could slow down the process and delay your ballot. In Chatham County, multiple polling locations have changed. WSAV's Genevieve Lund is live this morning in studio with us with what you need to know. Genevieve, good morning.
Good morning, Kim. First Presbyterian Church on Washington Avenue is one of several polling locations that have changed for the runoff election today. While Georgia's governor race and the U.S. Senate runoffs are drawing the most attention, election officials say that the biggest issues for some Chatham County voters today may simply be making sure that they go to the right polling place. Georgia voters are heading to the polls today for primary runoff elections, and in Chatham County, 7 polling places have changed, impacting voters in Savannah, Whitmarsh Island, and the South Side. So it's important to double check whether or not your location has changed, as there is a real possibility, if you live in those areas, that it has. Today's runoffs are important because it will decide several key races heading into November. Statewide, nearly 483,000 early and absentee ballots were already cast before Election Day. Polls are open from 7 this morning until 7 tonight, and anyone in line at closing time will be able and allowed to vote. So how exactly do you find out whether your polling location has changed? Well, you can check the Georgia My Voters page before heading to the polls. With turnout in runoff elections often much lower in the primary, officials say every vote could carry even more weight in deciding who advances to November. Reporting, Genevieve Lund. Back to you, Kim.
Thank you, Genevieve. In today's election, voters will choose between Congressman Mike Collins and former football coach Derek Dooley. The winner will face Democratic Senator John Ossoff in November. Burt Jones will face off against businessman Rick Jackson for the Republican nomination for governor. The winner will move on to face Democratic candidate and former Atlanta Mayor Keisha Lance Bottoms. On the Democratic ballot, the race for that party's nomination for Georgia's 1st congressional district, voters will choose between Amanda Hollowell and Joyce Griggs. The winner will face Jim Kingston in the midterm election this fall. And don't forget, if you live in South Carolina, you'll have a short early voting period this week ahead of the June 23rd runoff. Early voting is only open tomorrow and Thursday. Polling sites will be closed Friday for the Juneteenth holiday. You can find more information on voting and candidates on our website at wsav.com/electionhq. Today, WSAV's 4th annual Schools Out Summer Food Drive takes us to Bryan County. We're partnering with Second Harvest and Food Lion to help ensure students have access to nutritious meals while on their summer break. Beginning on News 3 today at 11, Storm Team 3 meteorologist Hannah Evans and other members of our team will be standing by at the store on Highway 17 in Richmond Hill, collecting food for local children. We have a list of items we're requesting, as well as the full schedule of our remaining live collection events on our website at wsav.com/food drive.